Yes, Romney was in Israel fought for talk.
Yeah.
But it's easy to talk when you're not president. I personally believe, and I don't usually Obama doing the best he could in the situation. How do you feel?
Well, I feel that he made a mistake, and I've been open about this. I disagreed with him and openly disagreed with him on the issue of settlements. If we kind of take the politics out of it, look, it's the, Chuck and Judy know this, it's the silly season, right? It's the silly season. We're approaching an election, and the rhetoric is heated, and Fox News, you know, they have their tribe, and they say stuff, and MSNBC, they have their tribe, and they say stuff. Let's take a deep breath, okay? Take a deep breath. Take the rhetoric out and really look at it. Talk to the Israelis, okay? Here's what they would say, and some of you do talk to the Israelis. When they take a deep breath, here's what they'll say. Well, look, he started off on the wrong foot. Why did he go to Cairo? Why didn't he come to Jerusalem, the president? You know, why did he have to give his first major speech on the Middle East in Cairo? That was disrespectful. I think there's something to it. I don't think I'm Cairo firing him, but I'm not in his pay grade. And then the settlements, I disagree with him on the settlements. But on the strategic, military, intelligence stuff, it is indisputable, by anybody but the most partisan, that the relationship has never been stronger, deeper, better. Again, no, not my words, this is a quote from the Prime Minister of Israel, Bibi Netanyahu. The military and strategic relationship between the United States and Israel has never been stronger, deeper, better. And not only does he say it in Israel, but he said it in his address to the United States Congress. On Iran, sanctions are working. As the United States said, I will use military options if I must. He said what George Bush said. So if you really analyze it, I've had my differences with him. But on the stuff that counts, protecting the existential, or protecting the existence and the security, the stability of the state of Israel, I don't see where a reputable, credible analyst could say that he's failed on those issues. In fact, I think he succeeded. One other thing. This president and the Congress, Republicans and Democrats in Congress, increased U.S. military assistance to Israel by $250 million last year, and increased it again the other day. So again, on the important stuff, foreign military financing, weaponry, intel, military, the relationship has been very good, in my view. I'm sure there are some countervailing views here.
So I agree with that. I think what you're saying is absolutely correct. The cooperation in the military and the overt operation the issue that I see, and I'd like to hear what you think about it, is the leaks that are happening. That's a very serious threat to those relationships with Israel and other countries that might seem unwilling to share secrets with us. With those threats that have never happened before, not to this extent.
Well, I understand your question. I have a respectful disagreement with you. Look, leaks should be investigated whenever there is a leak. Should be investigated. No matter what. Should be investigated, and those who leak should be punished. The Bush administration, Republicans and Democrats on the Intel Committee in Congress were tied up in knots because we got leakage from the Bush administration against our own citizens had reached almost unprecedented levels. Unprecedented, where they were outing our own intelligence operators, political game. Now, it was wrong then. I'm talking about that one case and the other cases. So whether it's Valerie Plame or other cases, doesn't matter. Sir, if they're leaking the Obama administration, if they're leaking the Bush administration, if there's a Romney administration, it does no good to us, and they ought to be investigated and punished, no matter who's doing it. Let me come over here and we go back and forth. Yes, sir.
I was just wondering about the military option, which is supposed to be on the table.
Yeah.
The question is, from a political point of view, it looks like the United States is not likely to take any military action. From a military point of view, Israel is incapable unless it has a cooperation of at least one of the neighbors. What's the use of having an option which is incredible?
It's a wonderful question, and it exposes the complications that consideration for military option. Let me say a few things on this. As I said before, I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan 9 times. Every time I go, I stop off at the Al-Udeid Air Base in Qatar, which is the largest U.S. combat air platform in the Middle East. All of our air combat operations in Iraq, and, well, not all of it in Iraq, all in Afghanistan, and many in Iraq came from Qatar. So whenever I go to the military theater, I like to meet with Middle Eastern leaders and talk about Iran. And I have a bet with my colleagues. No matter who we're meeting with, no matter what Arab leader we're meeting with, I have a bet. How many minutes will go by before they ask us when Israel can bomb Iran? And I'm serious. Sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes. The Crown Prince of Qatar broke the record. He went 15 minutes before saying, when will the Israelis bomb Iran? And the dialogue is like watching HBO comedy every week. It's the same dialogue. I said, well, Your Majesty, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. President, whoever it is, were the Israelis to bomb Iran, would you support it? Oh, no, no, no. Well, could you be silent and not criticize it? No, 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 I couldn't be silent. You have to understand, Congress. This is what they said. Congressman, you have your politics, I have my politics. My people would expect me to condemn it, and I must. Okay? That was the most Russian Arab accent I've ever heard.